Thank you for coming back to We the People News. Please subscribe, leave your thumbs up, and please leave your comments. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for all the support you give me on this channel. I really do appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. Yesterday's video, if you did not see it, please go back and watch it. There's a lot of good stuff I don't want you to miss, and it would help me out a lot on YouTube. I will link that video to the end of this video. Thank you again. Y'all, we got a lot to cover today, but first I have to remind you, every time this channel gets a new subscriber, a member of Congress comes down with a lifelong case of burning hemorrhoids. So let's give Congress what they deserve. Y'all please subscribe. Okay. A raise for Social Security, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but first, let's get Elon Musk out of the way. Everybody's talking about him right now, and I'm not going to be different. I am going to talk about Elon Musk because I freaking love what he's doing. Elon Musk has now bought the full company of Twitter for $44 billion. A lot of people say, where is he getting this kind of money? He's worth $280 billion. Democrats are mad as hell because he has bought Twitter, shutting down their little playhouse that they had over there. Because the Democrats, if you don't say what the Democrats want you to say, you're shut down if you're a big channel over there. Now, I've been able to fly under the radar because my Twitter account is not very big at all. I think I got like 450 people following me over there. I'm not big at all compared to these other companies. So I think that's the reason why I have not been shut down on Twitter, because these videos that I make here are pretty bad for the other side, and I share every one of them over on Twitter. But the fact that I'm a small channel has saved me over there, I believe. This is good for us because we will get freedom of speech back. Everybody is wondering, will Donald Trump go back to Twitter? He says he won't right now because he's doing his own truth platform, but come closer to the election time, I bet you'll see Donald Trump back on Twitter. I mean, even me, these videos that I make here, I share them out everywhere where all my accounts are. In some accounts I may only get 1 or 2 views, but that view is very important. So I do think you'll see Donald Trump back on Twitter. Elon Musk is going to take this company and change it over to a private company. And he says the first thing he's going to do is take these board members' salary down to 0 per year. He says they do very little to help the company, and that's just $30 million that he can save. Twitter legally could not say no to Elon Musk. They have a legal obligation to their shareholders to do what's in the shareholders' best interest. And since Elon Musk offered more than the company is worth, that's in the best interest of the shareholders. And they could not say no legally. Okay, do you remember back not too long ago when we believed what our politicians told us? I mean, especially when they say, I promise. They look you in the eye and they say, I promise. We kind of believe that. We know politicians lie all the time. They always have, always will. But when they look you in the eye and say, I promise you, you kind of took that to the bank. Well, you can't do that no more. I mean, what was it, about 15 months ago when Joe Biden was promising everything under the sun? And so many people believed him. I did too. So many people believed him. Wow, what a liar he turned out to be. Let's talk about some of these promises that he made. Frontline workers. He said that they would get hazard pay, hero pay, all kinds of pay incentives to keep working. Did they ever get heroes pay? Did they ever get a bump in their salary? Did they ever get a thank you? No, it never happened. a $200 raise for Social Security. This was another promise that Joe Biden made that did not keep. Now, in all fairness, he does have 2.5 more years to keep that promise, but a promise like that, don't you think he should have made it good time he took office? Because these people are suffering hard. And if he made that promise good today, it would already be too late. Student loan forgiveness never happened. He talked about it and talked about it. Now he's making excuse after excuse of why he can't do it. And when in fact he hadn't tried to do it. All he has to do is sign an executive order and see if it sticks. But he won't do that. Now they are coming out with this plan that they've got to take away some of the student loans for some of the people. Well, that's not the promise that he made. So in fact, that promise was a lie, because he promised everyone $10,000 off of their student loan. Anything less than that, anything less than everyone, is a lie. Stimulus checks. Joe Biden, he was always open for a stimulus check, and he told Congress that if you want a stimulus check for the people, you have to bring it to me and I'll sign on it. Well, Congress never did it. Joe Biden never pressured him to do it. So again, that was another lie. Gas rebate checks never happened from Congress. Never happened from Joe Biden. It is happening now from certain states are doing it on their own, but not from the commander-in-chief. Child tax credit. It went away. They said that they was working on it to bring it back. Well, so far it's not back. This child tax credit was supposed to be ending child hunger. Remember Nancy Pelosi? It's all about the children, the children, the children. Nancy Pelosi, if they was dependent on that money to eat, they're starved to death by now, Nancy. So again, that's another lie. Now, to be fair, all of these promises was not made by Joe Biden. Some of them was promised by Congress. But the thing is that I am focusing on this right now. The president cannot get anything passed. It has to come from Congress, and they bring it to him to sign off on it. Once he signs off on it, it becomes law. But he cannot pass anything by himself. It has to come from Congress. So, what I'm saying here is, if he knew this, I'm sure he knew the way the government protocol worked. It would have to come from Congress. So, if he knew this, why did he make these promises? Well, by him making these promises, they become lies. If he knew that he could not make these promises come true, why do we have him as president? He used these promises to get voted into office. Or was he voted into office? I think it's kind of funny right now. They say he won the largest amount of votes than any president in history. He was the most popular president candidate in history. But now we see where he's at. He's in the toilet. Exactly where he needs to be. This leads me to say this, and it's not very nice, I have to say it. It looks like the American people was played as fools by the biggest fool of all, Joe Biden. Yeah, we all got fooled by the biggest fool in the world. Y'all, thank you all so much for all the support that you give me on this channel. I really do appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. Please comment below what you think about all this stuff. Okay, 4 times vaccinated. Vice President Kamala Harris has now tested positive for COVID. So nice to see how this vaccine works, right? Vaccinated 4 times. It's never a good thing when anyone gets COVID. I'm not saying that at all. I'm sure people will spin it that way. But there is something that good comes out of everything, right? And the good that will come out of this is she's going to have to quarantine for a few days. This is good for us because now she can't embarrass the United States on the world stage for a few days anyway. Elizabeth Warren has said she has no plans to run for president in 2024 because she plans on voting for Joe Biden. It's good she's not running, but now she will lose on both accounts because there's no way in hell her or Joe Biden, either one, has a snowflake's hell in chance in hell of winning. I mean, these snowflakes they're melting away fast. Bernie Sanders said now that it's not likely that he will run for president. He said, 2 days ago that it looks like he was going to? Wish he'd make up his mind. But he says now it's not likely that he will run in 2024 because he is just getting too old for the job. And he will be backing Joe Biden. Why don't they think about what they say before they say it? Because, in fact, at the time of the election, Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders will be about the same age. So that makes no sense at all. It seems like they would think about what they're saying before they say it, or have their writers to write it in a way that they can understand it themselves. Y'all please say a prayer for this world. Say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for those people in Washington. I'm not even going to dignify them with a label. Say a prayer for everyone around the world that's hurting through COVID, financial hardship, or any other affliction. Please watch the video that's popping up here now, and please sound off in my comments. I love you all. Until tomorrow. Ciao.